We all die. The goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to create something that will. Chuck Palahniuk. My name is Sean Kluber, and I am the head football coach at Longwood High School in Middle Island, New York. I am proud to introduce you to one of the USA Football Heart of a Giant nominees, Darrius Jones. Unfortunately, Darrius is no longer with us and cannot plead his case, but I will try my best to put into words how truly special he really was. Darrius Kayvon Jones was born on October 24, 2004. He was the youngest of three boys and a constant source of happiness for his parents Darryl Sr. and Menzel. He fell in love with sports at a young age, mostly basketball and football. It was through these activities that he forged long-lasting friendships and developed the vibrant personality that people grew to love. After taking a few years away from the game, Darrius decided to come out for the football team his senior year. I met Darrius in June of 2021. He had these eyes that were piercing, and they would comfort you and intrigue you all at the same time. He donned a Chicago Bulls fitted and wore these colorful red and black sneakers that couldn't go unnoticed. Most importantly, there was a certain aura to his presence. He had this kind of welcoming personality that immediately drew you to him, the kind that made you feel like you've known the kid for years. I remember him shaking my hand, introducing himself, and not having a clue the impact he would have on my life. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything with Darrius was touchdowns and celebrations. He struggled at times. He was very athletic, but could be awfully clumsy. Early on in the summer, he broke his thumb and even had a natural knack for forgetting his jersey or practice pants at home. Still, even in these moments, you found it hard to stay upset with him. He would simply smile, shake his head, admit his wrongdoings with a chuckle, and promise to do better next time. He was so positive even in situations where he had every right to delve into the negative. We were excited to coach him and could see the potential and the effect his personality could have on our culture and environment. On September 2nd, 2021, we had a walkthrough practice from 6 to 8 p.m. in preparation for our game scrimmage the following night. Darrius had just been cleared for his broken thumb 2 days prior, and he was excited to get into it with his teammates. After practice, I had to break the news to Darrius that he wouldn't be dressing the next night, considering he didn't have enough practices. I worried he would be disheartened. Here was a kid who worked so hard all summer through injury, and I had to tell him that he couldn't dress with his teammates. When I told him, he looked at me, smiled, and chuckled, "It's all good, coach." There are adults who still haven't mastered this type of optimism and outlook, let alone a 17-year-old. I remember going back to the rest of the staff, relieved but proud, and said he took it like a champ. He would die in a motor vehicle accident less than an hour later. It hurt. It hurt our coaching staff, it hurt our athletes, it hurt our community. We cried, we yelled, we grieved together. But where there is darkness, there is light. After breaking the hard news, an hour later, our team voted to play for Darrius that same night. The following week, even though it was voluntary, all 53 student athletes showed up at his funeral services. It became less about why he was gone and more about what he had done. Darrius, or Spills as he was known to our boys, left a lasting impression on our everyday lives. His handling of injury was an example of hope that the other athletes needed to see. His constant optimism was the refreshing attitude that many coaches ache to see, and his sudden exit was the sobering lesson that many young men had to endure to appreciate the time we're given and the time we were able to spend with Darrius. Today, you could find his locker untouched. His girdle, shoulder pads, and helmet still hang as a constant reminder of a great teammate, a great friend, a great brother. His number 21 jersey is carried to and from the field on game day. We wear bracelets to remember to take advantage of the time we have and to attack every day, game, and play with the same type of positivity and optimism that Darrius personified. Recently, Darrius's parents held a memorial ride on Halloween. The streets were flooded with cars as we rode from a local park to the crash site. The sea of people gathered were a reminder of just how truly special he was. Family, friends, teammates, students, and teachers, they were all there whispering sweet stories of the infectious young boy who you couldn't help but love and definitely could never forget. My name is Sean Kluber, and I am lucky enough to have known Darrius Jones, the boy with the true heart of a giant.